Hi everyone, welcome back to my lab and today's video in which we're going to be playing with the brand new limited edition Lisa Eldridge Betty Eyeshadow Palette. We're going to unbox it together, swatch it, and create a look. I already have my base makeup ready to go, but before we get into all that, if you're new here, I'm Jody. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. I hope you're going to enjoy it. If so, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up while you're watching and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see me again. Now, let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, I've already done my base makeup. I really wanted today's priority to be on the Betty palette. Since I was already placing an order, I went ahead and I picked up one of her Rouge Experience refillable lipsticks. I've never tried them. I've tried all her other formulas, but not this one. So I figured while I'm placing an order, I may as well take advantage. Here's your outer packaging. Very beautiful, simple, and the Lisa Eldridge logo. And here's the back side with the ingredient list and the names of the shades. I am an Emerald Rewards member on the Lisa Eldridge website. However, I didn't order it in the one day before launch that I had the opportunity to do so, but I started getting FOMO when I thought about this being a limited edition palette and then me possibly missing out on it. So I went ahead and I ordered it anyway. It came from London, which was interesting because I know that she has a warehouse in the US. And typically my items when I order from her website, they come from there, but this one definitely came through the UK. Here's the outer packaging of the palette. Beautiful, just like her others. And the back side. And here are those stunning colors inspired by her beautiful, beautiful cat. I was showing the palette to my daughter and she's like, how can this be inspired by a cat? It's all purple. But then I showed her a picture of Lisa's cat online and she's like, oh, yes, definitely correct. So that's what the palette looks like. Let's go ahead and swatch it. I don't do super heavy swatches. I just kind of dip my finger in there a few times. Here are those first three shades. Beautiful. I think I should be able to do them on my hand. 1, 2, and 3. Now let's go ahead and get into that bottom row. Oh, these lavenders are so beautiful. It's really nice. This is her first all shimmer palette. There are those shades swatched, and you get a variety of textures in this palette. See if I can do this without making a mess. Oh, that's a pretty shade. There we go. It's not perfect, but I think you get the idea. Very beautiful shades. Even though there's no matte shadows here, I believe I can get a complete look using only these shades. When looking at them, the only similarity between the shades would be like that one and this one, but they're very different. This shade is a little bit more of a satin finish. It's very smooth and it does have a sheen to it. However, this one here has more of a metallic finish. It has a lot more shimmer particles in it and it's a little bit lighter. It has a little bit of a mauve undertone to it as well, whereas the other is like a deep neutral brown. This shade right here is such a beautiful duochrome. Oh my gosh. I'm definitely not doing it any justice. When I look at my hand a certain way, it almost looks like it's completely translucent, but then you pick up like a slightly green base and then so many lavender sparkles. It's a stunning shade, stunning, stunning, beautiful. Can't wait to get into it. I'm going to start the look by priming my lids with the Liquid Silk liquid eyeshadow, and I have mine in the shade Phoebe. This is the only one I picked up. One, because I really like the undertone. It's got like a little bit of warmth, a little bit of olivey undertones, and also because my dog's name is Phoebe. I've really been enjoying using this eyeshadow as a base. It really, really blanks out my eyelid and it kind of blends with my natural skin tone. I also feel that it gives my eyelid a little bit of smoothness that wouldn't be there otherwise. I'm going to be 47 years old tomorrow, actually. And, you know, my eyes are not as smooth as they used to be. And this eyeshadow really helps with that. I'm just applying that with a Sephora Collection number 57 concealer brush. They changed the packaging of these. Now they're all black, but this brush is still definitely available. The rest of the brushes that I'm going to use are all by What's Up Beauty. I know a lot of people get these brushes in PR, but I bought them myself. I'm going in with the middle shade. That one is the shade Posh. I love the names. They're all named after attributes of her cat. So it's that shade right there. So as I was saying, I know a lot of people get these brushes in PR and they use them on their channels. I bought the brushes myself. I don't get PR from any brand, actually. I'm lying as I hold the Kiss mirror. Kiss has sent me like some press-on nails and some lashes, but that hasn't happened in a long time. Anyway, my point about the What's Up Beauty brushes is that they're really nice quality. They're made of uncut goat hair. They're natural hair brushes, and they function really, really well. They have really, really nice shapes for any eye look that you might want to create. I really, really enjoy the brushes. That shade went on beautifully. I'm going to repeat that on the other eye. So like I was saying, my order came from the UK this time around, but it arrived really quickly anyway. I actually got it on Monday, but my daughter was here visiting. I don't know if I told you all, but my daughter actually got married last year. And so she moved out. She left me. So I don't get to see her as often. She still lives in Chicago, but, you know, she works a lot and it's not the same as when, you know, your kids live at home with you. It's definitely an adjustment. So when she was here, I just spent the entire day with her. Just from looking at the swatches of this palette, it seems like it's going to be quite a versatile color story. I really enjoy that she added neutrals. That duochrome is so stunning. I'm definitely going to top this shade with that duochrome. The first brush I was using was an R110, and now I'm using the R108, and I'm just going to blend out the edges a little bit. I'm not doing anything too crazy. You are able to get a really nice blend on the shadow, and when you do that, it kind of plays down the shimmery texture of it. That's why I'm not afraid to create an all shimmer look, especially with Lisa Eldridge eyeshadows. I'm going to do a pop of color on the lower lash line, so I'm going in with that shade. It is called, I believe, Prima Donna, that one right there. I'm finding that it's applying really nice, very easily. Nothing crazy in terms of fallout. I'm so excited because tomorrow, on my actual birthday, Pat McGrath is launching a mothership. We have been waiting for this. It's a really beautiful color story. There's a lot of purple tones in there and some green, which I am super excited about. Do I think it's the colorful mothership palette that everybody's been asking about? Not 100%, especially because the baked shadows aren't going to be there. Hopefully those are not just completely gone from her line because they were such beautiful shades. Okay, that's our look so far. On the inner corner, I would like to use this lavender shade. So that one is Lavender Queen. This is an R111 brush. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. That gave me a lot more than I anticipated, actually. Beautiful, beautiful. It's got an iridescence to it. Bring it up a little bit more, just to match up the other side since I already brought it up. It's not 100% what I wanted to do, but the shade caught me off guard since it went on so brightly. Pretty intense pigment. Beautiful. Okay, good. So far, everything's working well. Now I'm going to go into that duochrome shade. It is the shade Starlet, which aren't all cats Starlets. I miss my two cats, my baby girls. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to apply this in the center and a little bit lower. Beautiful. Oh, I like that. It has blue, it has purple, it has silver, it has green. It's got every color. So gorgeous. Usually I switch hands when I'm doing this eye. So I'm going to do that and use my pinky. Oh my gosh, so pretty. Did you pick up the palette? What did you think of it? The limited edition thing, it got me, I'm not gonna lie. Because honestly, I don't love wearing purple eyeshadows on my eyes. And it's so funny because they say that if you have dark brown eyes, purple's one of the best colors for you to wear. I like it because it's color without being too much, you know? So I think I'm going to add a little bit of smokiness to my lash line. I'll use the R112, and I'm going to use that shade right there. So basically we used every shade in the palette except for the warmer tone neutral. So the shade I'm going to use is Talk to the Paw, and the one that we did not use is High Maintenance. Hopefully I have that correct, because you know sometimes they put the names right behind the shades, sometimes they reorganize it, so, but I think I have it right. One of my neighbors got a new puppy, and so now every time Phoebe and Freddie hear the puppy in the hallway, they have to go investigate. It makes filming harder, I'll tell you that much, with the barking in the background, so I apologize for that, but pups will be pups. I don't know if you can see the shape I'm doing, but basically I'm stamping along the lash line and then giving myself like a smoky wing, kind of meeting the purple that's on the lower lash line. My daughter has a cat. I call her my grand cat. Her name is Mochi, which is so cute. And she's a tiny little girl, beautiful little girl. So every time that she goes on vacation or something like that with her husband, I babysit my grand cat. So this is everything that I'm going to do with the palette. Let me know what you think. I will probably use a purple liner on my waterline just to add a little pop and add some mascara, and I will be right back. So I finished off the eye look, nothing crazy. I used a very, very light lavender pencil, like a lilac pencil. It's M92 from Makeup Forever. I don't even know if they make these anymore, but it's sharpenable, still kicking around in my collection. And I was able to apply that to the waterline and some Refi mascara. So like I said, I picked up a Rouge Experience refillable lipstick from her collection. This is what that outer packaging looks like. So beautiful. And the back with your ingredients. This is made in Italy, as is the eyeshadow palette, in case I didn't say that. The eyeshadow palette does have what I think is a 24-month shelf life, but I can't see it. The writing is way too small. So here's what that lipstick looks like. I'm sure you've seen these before. These are not new at this point, but I believe they are her newest lip product. This has some heft to it. Not that her original lipsticks didn't, because they do, but this is on another level. I didn't opt to get mine engraved. You can if you want, but I didn't do that. So the whole thing is that it is refillable. This is shade number 185, and it just pops right into the case. And it's not magnetic like her other one, but it does snap pretty securely closed. Maybe it's a little loose, look. See that? Just a little bit. I don't think it would cause problems in a purse, but who knows? And that is the shade that I picked up. It's kind of like a brownish color. At least it looked like that on the models. One thing that I noticed with this bullet is it's a lot more delicate than her older ones. That's why I grabbed an additional one. So the other one is a normal bullet. I believe you definitely get more product on the original lipsticks. I don't know, just looks bigger to me. I'm gonna apply it with my Dior lip liner. So that is a lip liner applied. I'm so excited. I expected it to be a little bit more chocolate. To me, it has like a little bit of mauve or purple. Oh, but it's so comfortable. And I think it goes so well with the lip liner. I'm a little worried now about the lid. I had my birthday gift from Sephora because I figured something light would probably flatter the eye look a little bit more, but you know, the eye look is so soft that I don't think that it's bad to have a more bold and vampy kind of lip color. These go on much different. I'm sure you've heard that already. The other formula that she has, the velvets, they have a little bit of a drag when they applied. This had no drag whatsoever. Very creamy, but definitely a thinner texture. I got a very bold shade, and I was also pairing it with a complimentary lip liner. This was the Dior number 400, and so I have a very intense look. But let's give it a swatch and see. I think that's pretty accurate. Maybe it looks a little bit more purple on my hands. I'm happy with the shade. I think it's different, and I like the formula as well. Do I think that this should be jiggling? No, I certainly don't think so, especially because this is intended to be like a forever component. I don't think it should jiggle, but You can let me know if you have one. Check and see if yours is a little loose, or maybe I just had a faulty one or something. All right, so here's our finished look using the brand new Lisa Eldridge Betty palette and also demoing one of her Rouge Experience lipsticks. She's such a pretty palette, isn't she? I think it's so special that she created something inspired by her pet. I am a huge animal lover, and so it's something I would see myself doing absolutely 100%. Very nice eyeshadows. I think that it's a little more versatile than you might think. You can definitely do an all purple look, but you can also get something a little more neutral. This topper shade is so beautiful. It's really, really pretty. I could see it giving it an iridescent wash all over the lid if that's all you were interested in doing. The neutrals are a nice touch. I didn't get to play with the first one, the high maintenance shade, but all of the other ones performed really nicely. It's fun to have so many different textures in one palette, and you can definitely create a whole look with just the palette. I didn't use anything else on my eyes that wasn't in this palette aside for the eyeliner. So far I like it, and I look forward to playing with it a little bit more. It's nice to have a nice little light pop of color for spring, and the quality in that one is really, really nice. I already told you about the lipstick. I don't know about that jiggling. It stays on, but I don't know about that for something that's supposed to be a forever component. But the formula is really nice, very creamy. If the other ones were too dry for you, you'd probably enjoy this one a little bit more. And it's definitely going to have more pigment than the balms that she released just prior to that. They are more expensive because of the component, but you can buy the refills, and I believe the refills have some sort of cap mechanism so that you can just have one component and kind of switch them out. Of course, that isn't really ideal. Most of us would like to have an individual component for an individual lipstick, but it is an option if you decide to collect multiple shades. That's everything for this first impressions video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel if you'd like to see me again. I post about 2 videos every single week. I do have a full-time job, and so I do this on my free time, and like I said, this week I was spending time with my daughter as well. I do enjoy making videos whenever I can, and so I do hope you enjoy watching them. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes of your day with me. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you again very, very soon on my next one. Bye-bye.